region, and that is according to the 2023 East African Trade and Investment Report. The huge infrastructural undertakings under the country's oil and gas project and discouragement exports of raw materials are among many factors that propel this significant investment. Foreign direct investment remains key in job creation among East African member states, of all which continue to struggle with rising unemployment, especially among the youth. Detail in this report.
The East African Trade and Investment Report 2023 indicates that most of the East African member countries have registered an increase in FDI flows, but Uganda has attracted the biggest portion, establishing itself as a primary choice for investments in the region.
Uganda is an island of peace in the region, and that's why we are the country in Africa that attracts the biggest number of refugees who come from as far as Somalia, South Sudan, Sudan, Khartoum, DRC, Rwanda, because we are peaceful from corner to corner, and you can come and set up businesses from in any part of the country and they will flourish.
Tourism, infrastructure, and the development in the country's oil and gas sector are among the key areas drawing these investments. Another aspect is the Kampala government's push to discourage the export of raw materials.
We grow a lot of coffee, and they would be fetching much more from coffee if we processed it here. So we have an aggressive campaign as a government, as a country, to market Uganda, to attract investors, and we have put in a legal framework that provides for incentives like tax waivers. We provide free land if you want to put up a factory, and all those incentives. And these are the ones which are attracting the investors to come here.
Uganda's performance is also attributed to deals signed with major investment partners in India, the UK, Turkey, and China.
China-Uganda relationship at the best time in the histories. This last year, for 1 year, we have received so many business delegations from China, and they're looking for opportunities to expand the trade and investment. And as a matter of fact, many of them have decided to invest in Uganda.
China, through its Exim Bank, is funding the development of Uganda's $5 billion petroleum export pipeline from the western district of Hoima to the Tanga port in Tanzania. The East African Trade and Investment Report indicates that nearly 700,000 jobs were created due to the rise in FDI flows in the region. 31% of those were specifically created in Uganda. However, the Bank of Uganda notes that while the FDI flows have been robust, especially in the extractive sector, other financial flows remain weak. The central bank points to the tightening of the global financial conditions, which have restricted access to external financing for budget support.
For the entire financial year, we must have had negative, or we must have had a net outflows on account of the portfolio flows. And that's because the interest rates in the advanced economies were higher or were raised, and therefore there was a flight to safety by most of the non-resident investors in our financial markets.
The situation has been exacerbated by increased outflows to pay off the country's external debt. This has disrupted a large portion of the investment streams and depleted a significant amount of Uganda's foreign exchange reserves.